Hey guys, Ryan here. Today we are going to be ranking every single season slash half season, tri-season of The Walking Dead with Tier Maker. I found this thing and I'm sure you guys have all seen it before, but you rank all the things with I think the S stands for superior or something like that, and then there's A, B, C, D tier, Yeah, I just wanted to kind of do this. I haven't really ranked the seasons in a while. I'm in the middle of rewatching the show right now. I'm almost done with season 5, but yeah, I haven't actually ranked them or really thought about it that much lately. So not only are we going to rank them together today, but we're going to work through the thought process of it. But before we get into this video, I just want to make a disclaimer. I will not be putting anything from this show in the C or D tier. Okay, that's not happening. Not with me ranking it. You might put them there, but I certainly don't. This show is too good to me to rank anything under a B tier, okay? But yeah, I'm just so excited to get into this. There's so much hype around The Walking Dead right now because of San Diego Comic-Con this week. We have the Book of Carol trailer and panel coming on Friday. Same with Dead City. I don't know if we're getting a trailer or what, but we're getting a panel. So I'm just really, really excited for whatever we're going to get on Friday. So stay tuned for reactions to the trailer and whatever we get from Dead City here. And then I'm also going to be doing a 3-part little series of my entire Walking Dead comic book collection. Part 1 is going to be all the main issues, like the original covers. Part 2 is going to be all the variants, and then Part 3 is going to be the deluxe series and any other little trinkets that don't fit into the variants or original covers. And then I'm also going to be doing a video about how I would have written The Walking Dead, changes I would have made to some of the characters or their stories, or just certain, I don't know, differentiations I would have made if I were the one writing it. But yeah, I'm so excited to just rank these with you guys. And then also, if you are interested in ranking these, feel free to leave your ranking of the show down in the comment section, because I would love to hear what you guys think, because I know that everybody's going to rank this show differently, because some people love season 7. I am one of those people. Okay, I love season 7. A lot of people hate it. So yeah, a lot of people just have varying opinions on this show. So let's rank these freaking seasons. I'm so excited. Let's go. Okay. Alrighty. I'm trying to decide, do I want to go in order of the actual show, or do I want to go in order of how they have them listed here? I think I want to go in order of the show with how they were released, because I feel like that would be easier for me to actually work through what I'm thinking. Okay. So season 1. Season 1, in my opinion, I know a lot of people do actually love season 1. I don't hate season 1. I actually love season 1 too. But I don't think season 1 is as good as some people make it out to be. I still think it's a really strong season, and it's a really strong introduction to the characters. But I don't think that it's as good as, some of the other seasons on the show. And that's my opinion. You guys can totally disagree, because I can see why people love this season. But I think season 2 is when I really started to fall in love with this show. So I'm going to put season 1 in... Okay, so it's actually not working. Okay, I'm going to put season 1 in... I think... I'm not sure, A or B. I'm going to do B. I'm going to do B. I know that's probably a bold thing to do, because a lot of people are going to disagree, but that's just what I'm going to do. Because that's just how I feel, okay? Don't judge me. I know everybody is going to have differing opinions when it comes to this show. But yeah, season 1 is a perfect example of how to introduce people to a zombie apocalypse show. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think I'm hating on season 1 whatsoever, because that's not the case at all, I promise. Okay, season 2. Season 2A. Okay, so in season 2A, I'm trying to remember everything that happened. So, first episode, they are on the road. They have the whole herd on the highway. Sophia goes missing. Carl gets shot. They meet Herschel and Maggie and all of them. What else happens? Shane kills Otis. This part of the season, I think, is when Carol and Daryl's relationship really started to grow on me as well. Also, just so you guys know, I'm not greasy. I just took a shower, okay? I promise. So, yeah. What else happened? Sophia in the barn. That is the episode where I was like, oh my god, this show is actually crazy. That, I already know where I'm going to rank this, but I'm just kind of explaining my thought process to you guys. What else happens? We have the sort of Maggie and Glenn get together. That's also a really big part for this. The walkers in the barn. Shane versus Herschel, sort of. thing. Lori's pregnant. Yeah, there was a lot going on in this first half of the season. They were going crazy. I'm going to put this in A, okay? Because I think it was better than the first season, in my opinion. But it was still, like, it had one, in my opinion, this, well, from what I've heard, I feel like a lot of people, this is when they fell in love with the show, is, like, this part of season 2. Because there was a lot of, like, what's the best way to put this? Like, there's a lot of where you really start to feel for the characters, and there's lots of twists and turns, and season 1 was only 6 episodes, but season 2 is 13, so you start to really sort of get into, like, whoa, this is actually a really good show. Okay. Again, season 1 is great. Not trying to say that it's not. Okay. Season 2B. Herschel runs away after they slaughter the barn. What else? Randall and them attack them in the bar, and Rick kills those 2 guys. I know there's a lot more, don't worry guys, I'm thinking. We have this Shane versus Rick at the, I think it was I don't know, was it a school or something? I don't know. Where Shane, like, throws the wrench or whatever. And then we have Dale's death, we have Shane's death, and the whole Randall setup situation. That was crazy. And then we have Shane coming back, and Carl putting him down. And then we have the finale. The finale is a great episode. The last 2 episodes of this season are literally so good. They're so f***ing good, I can't. I'm gonna also, do I put this in A or do I put this in Superior? I don't know, guys. This is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to put this in, I'm going to do it, I'm going to put it in Superior. Okay, shoot me if you don't agree. I don't know. Season 2 actually gets so much hate. It's ridiculous. Okay. Now moving on to Season 3. Season 3, I have a very difficult relationship with Season 3 because Season 3 is when, well, not this part of Season 3 actually. Season 3A is when I don't have the big issue. Season 3B is when I have a big issue. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Season 3A, they find the prison. Rick kills those prisoners. We meet the governor and Michonne. Michonne, my favorite character of all time. And then we have Lori and T-Dog's death. That's actually heartbreaking. And then we have, what else? Like, the whole governor stuff. We have his daughter, the head's in the tanks. He's secretly crazy and horrible. And then we have them taking Maggie and Glenn for prisoner. Michonne goes to the prison, meets Rick and all of them for the first time. We have our group coming to save Maggie and Glenn, and then we have the whole showdown between Michonne and the governor, which is such a good fight scene. And then Andrea finds her. There was a lot that went on in Season 3A. I'm gonna put this in, I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to do A or B, because B, I think this is better than Season 1, but that doesn't automatically mean it's in A tier. I'll put it ahead of Season 1 on the B tier, right? I don't know. This is so hard. No, I'm going to put it in the A tier. I'm going to put it in the A tier because the feeling that this part of this show gives me, like specifically Season 3A, is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to put it there. Season 3B. This is when we have Daryl and Merle, and they escape from Woodbury. Sorry, I'm like working this out in my head. And then we have they shoot up the prison in episode 10, episode 11. Episode 11, Andrea comes to the prison. Episode 12, Michonne, Carl, and Rick Morgan. And then episode 13, they meet with the governor. Episode 14 is Andrea trying to escape and then gets caught. 14, Merle's death. And 16, this is when I start having issues. It's when they killed Andrea, guys. That's when my issues start. Because I can't believe they did that. Andrea is such an iconic character in the comics. Why did they kill her? Why did they do that? Oh, it makes me so mad. That's one of my biggest, that's like top 5 biggest pet peeves with this show, guys. It makes me so mad. But this part of the season is still pretty good. The finale is good, except for the Andrea part. Episode 15 is good. I'm gonna put this in the B tier before, no, I feel like this is better than the first half of Season 3, but that Andrea really brings it down. Guys, this is so hard, I can't. Okay, episode 10 is pretty boring for the most part, except for the ending. That's when it gets crazy. I'm gonna put it behind Season 3A. Okay. Season 4A. Season 4A is pretty good. They have the whole, like, disease thing, and then the governor comes back, and then we have one of the best episodes of the series, which is episode 8. But the two episodes with the governor, they're, like, good episodes. They're not horrible, but they're just, like, really slow-paced compared to the first 5 and 8. Episode 5 is so good. Episode 8 is so good. And then, like, the first 4 episodes are pretty good. I'm gonna put this ahead of Season 3. Season 4B. They're out of the prison. The finale of this season is really good. Episode 14 is one of the most iconic episodes of the show, in my opinion. Episode 12, a lot of people hate that episode. I actually was rewatching the other day, and I actually kind of liked it. I don't know, guys. This one, I feel like the first part of the season is stronger, but also I feel like this part of the season is also really, really strong. Oh, this is actually really hard. Like, I feel like I'm going to change my mind as soon as I'm done with this video. I'm going to put this... I'm going to put it there, okay? Now on to Season 5A. Season 5A, you already know, immediate superior tier. Okay, let's get that straight now. The first 3 episodes of this season are amazing. Okay, episode 4 slows it down quite a bit, but episode 4 is an okay episode to me. Episode 5, another battle episode with like Maggie and Glenn and Abraham and Rosita and Eugene and Tara. Okay, that was like a decent episode. And then we have episode 6, which is just a Daryl and Carol episode, which I actually love that episode. Sorry if you don't agree. Episode 7 is pretty good. Episode 8 is actually heartbreaking, but the first 2 episodes of this season are just amazing. Episode 1 and episode 3 are 2 of the best episodes of the whole series, so it's going in the superior tier. Episode 5B, Tyrese's death, Noah's death, Alexandria, them on the road. I love episode 10 where they're like on the road and they have the whole big storm. That's such a good episode. Episode 11's good, where they're like on the way to Alexandria. And I just love when they're like getting used to, like, I would say honestly Season 5B is my most rewatched portion of the show. For some reason it just is. But I don't know, is it better than 5A? Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna do it. It is. Okay. Season 6A. Season 6A. Come at me. Nothing will beat that. I don't even know, guys. Okay, wait, actually, I need to move the Season 2 back because Season 2B is not better than Season 5A or B. Season 6A, oh my god. So good, guys. So good. So much happens in Season 6 in general. Like, I'm just gonna go get Season 6B and I'm just gonna move it right up in front of Season 5. No. I don't know, guys. Back here? I don't know. It's just so good. Okay. This is how I'm gonna say it, guys. The superior tier are all equal, okay? Season 5 and Season 6 are equal in my mind. They're so good, they're amazing, okay? I can't. Okay, Season 6, we have so much that happens in Season 6. We have the whole, like, the premiere episode is so good between, like, the flash forwards or the flashbacks and everything with, like, Reg's death and Pete's death. And then we have, like, the wolves attack. I hate the Glenn cliffhanger, though, I will say that. And I hate the cliffhanger at the end of the season, too, where they're like, we don't know who they killed. But I'll discuss that more in my how I would write The Walking Dead. In that video. And then we have, like, the walkers get to Alexandria. We meet Dwight. We have... What else happens? The walkers get into Alexandria. Okay, and then to Season 6B, we have the walkers in Alexandria and that whole... the Season 6 Episode 9 is also one of the best episodes of the series. It's so good, guys. I can't. Episode 10, we meet Jesus, and Michonne and Rick get together. So good. Episode 11, Hilltop. Episode 12, the battle at the one outpost at the Saviors, when they take them all out. Episode 13, Maggie and Carol are captured. I actually like that episode more than most people, I feel like. Episode 14, Denise's death and Dwight comes back. Episode 15. Episode 15, I remember watching that episode for the first time, and I just felt so much anxiety the whole time. Because, like, everybody leaves. And, like, I'd already read the comics at this point, so, like, I kind of suspected Glenn was going to die in the next episode. Obviously, we know that didn't happen until the next season, but, yeah, like, Glenn left Maggie there by herself, and I was like, oh my god, no, they're splitting up, like, no, that was the last time they're ever going to see each other in, like, a peaceful moment. And I was right. Anyways, and then episode 16 is also just a complete anxiety thing. You feel anxiety for literally the whole entire thing. And I especially the part where they're, like, in the woods, and they're, like, you know, by foot, and then you just hear the whistling around them. You just know when you watch it, if you've read the comics, you know exactly what is coming, and it's the worst feeling ever. Yeah, Season 6 is just a masterpiece, along with Season 5. Okay, Season 7, this is when we're going to get into touchy subjects, because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. Season 7, Episode 1 is the most iconic episode of television ever. Okay. Season 7, Episode 2 is also very iconic with the introduction of King Ezekiel. I wish they combined Episode 2 and Episode 3 of Season 7 into one. Episode 4 is so good. It's so good. Episode 5 is also pretty good. Episode 6, it's okay. Episode 7, so good. Episode 8, so good. Okay. The beginning of season 7 has 4 of the most iconic episodes of the entire show. Okay, if you're a comic book reader, those are the episodes you lived for. And a little bit of episode 2. Okay. Negan's lineup in episode 1. Negan coming to Alexandria in episode 4. Carl going to the sanctuary in episode 7. And then Spencer's death in episode 8. Okay, season 7 has so many iconic episodes. Hate me, love me, I don't care. I'm putting it ahead of season 3B. Okay. Now, and when they go to the hilltop to fight, that the last, like, episode 8 is so good, but the last, like, 5 minutes-ish when, like, Rick and them go to the hilltop and then they agree to start fighting, chills everywhere. When they're, like, walking up to the hilltop, like, the building, oh, it's so good. Okay, season 7B. I'll say season 7B is a little bit, I don't know if it's as strong, but it's also, like, actually so good to me. I'm so sorry if people disagree with this. I'm sorry. My opinion on season 7 has changed, though, so much on a rewatch versus when I first watched it. Okay, I will say, when I first watched it, I was like, this season is not really, it's not really as good as the last 2 seasons. But, and I still think that, like, nothing will ever be as good as seasons 5 and 6. Except for season 9. Okay, but we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so we have them at the hilltop, and then they go and meet the kingdom, and then the saviors come to Alexandria, and we have, like, that one moment where Rick and Michonne are driving on the highway, and they're, like, splitting all those walkers. That was so cool. Episode 10, they meet, like, the junkyard people. Episode 11, that is not a good episode, I'll admit. The Eugene episode, that's not a good episode. Say Yes, that is an episode for Rishoners, which I am one. So I do enjoy that episode. I agree, it's not as strong as the other ones, but episode 13, I love episode 13. I think that episode is so good with Carol and the kingdom. Morgan goes crazy. Carol finds out about Glenn and Abraham. Benjamin and Richard die, like, and the kingdom wants to fight. That was such a good episode. Such a necessary episode for the progression of the season. Episode 14 is a hilltop episode and, like, a Rosita Sasha episode. I also really like this episode. When Sasha sacrifices herself, it's so sad because her and Rosita are at odds, and then, like, ugh. And then the scene with Maggie and Daryl in the cellar is so good. It just literally breaks my heart when I watch it because of when they're like, when he's like, I'm sorry, and she's like, it wasn't your fault. It's so good. It's so good. Episode 14 is the Oceanside episode. That episode is also, episode 15. Did I say 14? I don't know. The Oceanside episode I also think is pretty good. But episode 16, guys, best episode of the season. Episode 16 is top 10 episodes of the series. Okay? Let's all agree on that. Because if we don't agree on that, we're going to have some issues. Episode 16, literally, when I watched that for the first time and Shiva comes in, oh my god, I was literally flying off the couch. It was so good. Yeah, I think season 7B is stronger than 7A. Okay? I kind of like it. Do I like it more than 4? I don't know, guys. I'm gonna put it there. I don't know, guys. This is hard. Okay, season 8. This is when the issues really start rolling in. Mainly the Carl death, but also some of the pacing issues I have, and, like, I'm sorry, but you can only have a gunfight go on for so long until people start losing interest. You need more conflict. Actually, no. I don't know. I don't know what my issues are with season 8. When I rewatch it, I'll let you guys know what my, like, core issues are. But all I know is my number one issue will always be Carl's death. Okay? I don't know if as, like, a comic book reader, like, if I didn't read the comics, I don't know if I would be as upset about Carl's death, but as a comic book reader, that changed my perspective on the writers. Because at first I was like, these writers are actually doing a really good job. What? No? No, you just killed off Carl Grimes. What the are you doing? Okay. Season 8, we have All Out War. Shiva's death. A lot of battles going on. I really like episode 8 of season 8, except for the last part where Carl's, reveals he's bit. But season 8's okay. It's gonna go in the B tier. I'm gonna put it after season 1. Or no. Should I put it ahead of season 1? No, I'm gonna put it after just because that's how I feel. Season 8B. Season 8B, I think, is honestly one of the weakest parts of the show. Episode 9 is just completely Carl's death. And obviously I'm not supporting, I can't support that decision from the, for the show. It's the worst decision ever. His biggest arc is coming up next season with the Whispers. What the f*** are you doing? So yeah, this one has to go after season 8A, but season 8 B actually I think has some strong moments. I love the finale episode. I like episode 12 with Rick and Negan stuff. I like episode 13 with the Battle of the Hilltop. I'm trying to remember some of the things. Episode 14, when like Rick and like we had the Jared death and Rick promised that he would help those guys survive and then kills them. That was pretty badass. But yeah, it's just the weakest part of the show in my opinion. But now we're getting on to season 9A. Hold the phone, guys. This season, oh, it's going in superior for me. It's going in superior for me because episodes 1 through 5 are like this own little story, and they're so good. Episode 6, the 6-year time jump, so good. Judith, the Whisperers coming in. I don't love Jesus' death because his character had so much potential, but the Whisperers introduction is so good, okay? It's so good. But we haven't even gotten to 9B. 9B, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's better than 9A. No, it's not as good as 9A, but it's superior. We have the Beta versus Daryl. We have the introduction to Beta and Alpha, first off, and the introduction to Lydia, the Pike scene. We finally get to see Winter. That episode is, like, good. I love that episode, in my opinion. I know some people probably don't. It's not very exciting compared to the previous 7, but it's so good. Episode 12, when we get to see, like, more of the Whispers, and Henry goes after. So good. Episode 10, we get their backstory. Episode 11, we get Alpha at Hilltop. That's such a good episode. Episode 14 is the Scars episode. So good. Season 9 is amazing, guys. If you don't agree, I'm so sorry you don't see it the way I do, because I literally love it. Okay. Season 10A. 10A, so good. So good. Season 10, episode 1, really good. Episode 2 is not as good as the other episodes, but it's still good, because it's like a backstory episode, and we kind of catch up with the Whispers, because we haven't seen them in a while. And then we have episode 3 with, like, the Pike meetup scene. That's so good. Episode 4 is a lot of, like, conflict in Alexandria with, like, Negan and the whole attacking, like, the people attacking Lydia because she's an ex-Whisperer or whatever, and the whole graffiti. So good. I feel like there's also some moments in the episode with Carol that I like, but I can't remember. Episode 5 is a Negan episode, kind of, and he, like, is venturing out after he escapes, because he escapes. When does he escape? Does he escape in episode 4? I don't even remember. Yeah. Yes. Yes, he escapes in episode 4. No. I don't remember, guys. All I know is, yes, I think they exile him. I actually don't remember. This is scaring me. I usually remember so vividly what happens in the show. Anyways, Negan meets up with the Whisperers in episode 6. We see episode 7, there's, like, that whole Gamma storyline with Aaron and, like, Carol and Lydia, when they're, like, torturing that Whisperer. And then episode 8 is, like, they get trapped in the cave after, and then Carol runs after Alpha. Yeah, season 10A is pretty good. I'm gonna put it ahead of 7A. Do I? No, I'm gonna put it ahead of 7A, but not 4B. Okay. 10B. This is an amazing part of The Walking Dead. Okay, it's gonna be pretty high up for me. I'm gonna put it after, I don't know, guys. I'm like already second guessing myself, but I'm just gonna go with my gut. Okay. And I'm just not really, there's actually no 10C in here, but we'll just ignore that. Okay. 10B is so good. We have Squeeze, and then we have Stalker, which is when Beta comes to Alexandria. Episode 11 is, like, they go to Hilltop, and then, like, the war starts at the end. But there's such a good moment in episode 11 with Carol where she's like, please don't hate me, and he's like, I'll never hate you. Oh, it's so good. Episode 12, we have the Battle of Hilltop, Death of Gamma, Death of Alpha. Amazing. And then, like, he gives the head to Carol, Negan does. It's so good. Episode 13 is Michonne's last episode. That's, like, a good episode, but it's not my favorite episode. Just because I hate that Michonne leaves, because it's my favorite character. Episode 14, Carol, like, hallucinates, and Negan saves Daryl, I believe. And then episode 15 is kind of like, they go to that hospital, and then at the end, Beta's, like, leading the herd there after it goes to Alexandria. Episode 16 is A Certain Doom. Such a good episode. Yeah, season 10 is a really solid season. The bonus episodes, I'm assuming it's called 10C, but I don't call it that. I just don't associate the bonus episodes with season 10 because it brings it down, in my opinion. That is gonna go after this, after 8B, just because I like episode 17 and 22. Those are really good episodes, but 18, 19, 20, and 21, they're not my favorite. I'm just gonna be honest. And then we have 11A. 11A is pretty dang good in my opinion. I think it's better than... I don't know if it's better than Season 8, honestly. Season 11 is honestly not that good of a season, especially for a final season. I don't know. This is tricky. 11A. I would put 11A probably... definitely in front of this. I'm going to put it in front of that, okay? 11B, because I'm trying to think of Season 11. We have... they're like in the train station thingy. Then in episode 3, they're like getting hunted by the Reapers. The Reapers had so much potential too, and they totally wasted that. Episode 4 is like the Daryl episode with Leah. Episode 5, what happens in episode 5? I think we learn more about the Commonwealth in episode 5. I don't remember Season 11 that well, guys, I'm not gonna lie, because I've only watched it once. I'm trying to remember everything. Like, episode 8, what the hell happened in episode 8? I literally couldn't tell you. Episode 7, I remember, is like the Eugene sort of stuff. And I think they're like making their way into the Commonwealth a little bit. What the hell happens in episode 8? That's not when Leah dies, right? She doesn't die till episode 16. Oh! It's like they're leading the herd towards the Reapers, and then they have like that little... like, okay, yeah, yeah. But episode 9 is like the Battle of the Reapers. That's so good. That is like my favorite episode of the season, I think. I think B is stronger than A for season 11. Yeah, I agree with that. And then I would say 11C, since there's not a tier, I'd put it in between A and B, okay? Because I think the final 2 episodes are really good of season 11. I'm trying to remember. I remember Carol kills Lance in episode 22. I really liked 11B. I'll say that. I really liked 11B. And then I would say the last 8 episodes are okay. Episodes 23 and 24 are really good, though. And then we have, like, the Rick and Michonne at the end. It's really good. We get to hear, like, Morgan. He voices over and he's like, we're the ones who live. It's really good. Okay. This is my final ranking of the show. I'm just gonna go with it. I think it's pretty accurate to how I feel. I think it is. But, yeah. Let me know how you guys would rank this. If you guys just want to rank them by seasons down below, that's totally fine, because I don't expect you to list out, like, 20 different seasons. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want access to my full-length reactions to the shows I react to, you can subscribe to my Patreon. The link's down below for that. If you are interested in seeing my reactions to anything Walking Dead related, make sure you hit that subscribe button and check out on Friday my reactions to the Daryl Dixon Book of Carol trailer and any other big news we get for the Walking Dead universe on Friday at San Diego Comic-Con. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.